Hello guy. Welcome to my channel. Today I will be recapping a movie called The Experiment, which was released in year 2010. For 2 weeks, 20 male participants are hired to play prisoners and guards in a prison. The prisoners have to follow seemingly mild rules, and the guards are told to retain order without using physical violence. The movie, and the book that inspired it, are loosely based on the real-life Stanford prison experiment conducted in 1971. A group of test subjects was divided into 2 subsets, one assuming the role of prisoners and the other assuming the role of prison guards. Travis works at a therapy department taking care of patients. When his boss calls him and gives him a sack letter with the excuse that the company needs to manage its capital and they are letting go of Travis because he is a part-timer. The second day, Travis and his friend went for a protest in which Travis met a girl. He takes her to a bar and things worked out. She wants to visit India and suggests Travis comes with her, but Travis turned her down. Travis and his girlfriend were having a nice time. When she gave him a bracelet so he can remember her always, he sat down to read a newspaper. When he sees an advert about a company recruiting people for an experiment for which they will get paid. Travis decides to try it out and promises to visit his girl in India after the whole experiment. Volunteers arrive for a psychological study led by Dr. Archuleta Stevens. Among the volunteers is Travis, who was recently sacked from his job. He is also a proud anti-war protester, and Michael Barris, a 42-year-old man who still lives with his domineering mother who broke her hip and needs money for treatment. Travis met Barris at the interview. Barris made a smart move by dressing to the interview all suited up while others just dress casually. Travis cannot help but notice how to determine barriers is to get the money. After interviews measuring responses to scenes of violence, 12 randomly chosen men are assigned to become prisoners, losing their clothing, their identities, and their civil rights. The chosen 26 men are driven to an isolated prison setting with 24-hour camera coverage. On getting to the isolated area, they were asked to leave their bags and walk to the building. The group is split into 6 guards and the 12 prisoners, hereafter referred to only by numbers according to their prison outfit. Travis is assigned as a prisoner with number 77, and Barris is assigned as a guard. The prisoners are meant to be called by their assigned numbers. A makeshift prison is set up in a research lab, complete with cells, bars, and surveillance cameras. When they arrive at the compound, it is revealed that 8 of them will become prison guards. The other 18 will be inmates, and this will last for 14 days. The prisoners are locked up and have to follow seemingly mild rules. The guards are told simply to retain order without using physical violence on any of the prisoners. Also, everybody is free to quit at any time, thereby will be forfeiting their payment if they walk out. In the beginning, the mood between both groups is insecure and rather emphatic. But soon tension arises, and so do quarrels arise, and the wardens employ ever more drastic sanctions to confirm their authority. Some basic rules are outlined. Prisoners must fully consume 3 meals a day and must clean their plates no matter the food being served. There will be 30 minutes of mandatory rec daily. Prisoners must remain within designated areas, and cannot speak to any guard unless they are spoken to first. The guards must ensure prisoners obey the rules and deal commensurately with transgressions within 30 minutes. If the rules are broken, the guards have 30 minutes to restore order, or red light will signal the end of the experiment. Archuleta stresses that the experiment will end immediately at the first sign of violence or quitting. If all manage to follow the rules for 2 weeks, each man will be paid $14,000. The guards are also warned that if an inmate breaks any of the rules enforced on them, clean their plates, don't talk unless spoken to, exercise for 30 minutes a day, never touch a guard, nothing from the outside world is allowed in, and are not punished for it within 30 minutes. The experiment will end and all money will be forfeit. Almost immediately, the don't touch a guard rule is broken, and an inmate touches the guard. The inmates are playing basketball around the prison cells with the guards watching them. One of the inmates passes the basketball to Travis, but Travis is rather not in the mood for playing. Then he passed the ball to another inmate who prisoner mistakenly threw a basketball at the guard and it broke the guard's nose. He got pretty wounded. There was a bit of tension in the room. The guards moved to their quarters after the incident. One of the guards suggests that they push the prisoner who threw the basketball. The guards think it was just a mistake and the surveillance cameras see it, but they all agree not to risk the chance of ending the experiment. They went back to the prisoner's quarters and asked the prisoner to do 22 push-ups. The prisoner thinks it was a joke at first, but he saw how serious the guard is. The guards got more infuriated and asked all the prisoners to do 22 push-ups. Then the guards waited for 30 minutes to check if no violence has been used and if the experiment will still continue. The experiment is not ended, even after the 30 minutes pass. Travis shares his cell with Benji, a graphic novelist, and Nix, with whom Travis notices his tattoo as a member of the Aryan Brotherhood who served prison time before. Barris, in the beginning, is concerned that some of the guards may be capable of violence and tries to dissuade them from aggressive behavior. Instead, the guards grow more forceful in order to make prisoners obey them at all costs. The guards become excessively aware of their power and use the prisoners' fear to make them obedient. Barris, seeing all this, becomes more and more sadistic. Realizing Travis, who grows defiant, is influencing prisoner dissent, Barris notices Travis's influences on the rest of the teammates and turns violent too. Barris decides to humiliate him. Barris, whose motto during the experiment is, "Humiliation is the only way we can solve these troubles." From that moment, the guards start to use more and more violence against the prisoners. Under Barris' lead, Travis is abducted, tied to a chair and head shaved, and all the guards except Bosch urinated on him. The guards waited and noticed that the red light does not come on, and Barris takes this as a sign that his actions were commensurate according to their first instructor. When fellow guard Bosch dissents, he did not approve of the team's behavior towards Travis and he threatens to withdraw from the experiment if such should occur again. However, Barris manages to pressure him to continue, and that quitting early will cause payment for everyone to be forfeited. Travis discovers that Benji, now severely ill, Benji suffers from diabetes. Benji had filled out a false document. He had lied about his health because he was desperate to win the cash, and then concealed his need for insulin, thinking that he could manage his diabetes with just a diet. When Travis pleads for Basha to intervene, Travis promises he is going to give him $200,000 if he helps Benji to get his insulin from his bag. Basha tries to help by locating Benji's insulin but is caught on surveillance camera by other guards. Then Barris, to Travis' surprise, enters the prison cells and puts insulin within Benji's reach. But later has all the guards gang up and beat Basha severely so he can set examples and fear into the heart of other inmates. Basha, who is then left among the prison population. Barris takes Travis once again forcefully, and Barris also orders Travis to clean the prison toilets as punishment for his defiant attitude and attempt to help Benji, who is on the verge of dying. Travis taunts Barris by refusing to do as he says and telling him to do whatever they want. The guards respond to Barris's signal by shoving Travis' head into the toilet, nearly drowning him. Travis struggles for a while but has to give in to Barris and do as he says. One morning, while being humiliated during roll call, Travis removes his prison shirt as a sign of protest and is followed by the other prisoners. Barris is shocked and instructs Travis and the other prisoners to put on their shirt, but Travis did not listen. Then Travis climbs up to one of the cameras and demands that the group is let go, but the guards choke him. When Benji tries to defend Travis, Barris hits Benji hard on the head, leaving the man twitching on the floor. Guards lock Travis into an old boiler pipe overnight, attack the remaining prisoners, and handcuff each man across the cell doors. While locked in the dark boiler, Travis realizes that there is a hidden infrared camera watching him, even there. As his despondency turns to anger, he manages to get out. He used a steel bracelet his girlfriend had given him before he enters the experiment. He used a bracelet to open the dark boiler by pushing the handle, and he interrupts Chase's attempt to forcefully rape a prisoner. The intended victim and Travis beat Chase up and knock him out. They went ahead to look for other prisoners. They set the other prisoners free. Finding Benji dead from his head injury and his hand handcuffed to a pole, the other prisoners hand Travis a weapon to fight the guards. Travis leads an assault against the guards. The other guards saw the prisoners coming and they can sense how angry and furious they are. Barris is still excited about the whole event that he wants to stay and fight them, but the rest of the guards took to their heels, leaving Barris alone to deal with the angry prisoners. Barris soon realizes he cannot face them, then he ran for his dear life also. The prisoners chase them through the building. As the rest of the guards try to lift the garage door to escape, Barris tries to keep them in, unwilling to let go of his power. A vicious brawl ensues with the prisoners overwhelming the guards by sheer numbers. Travis personally confronts Barris, who tries to stab him only for Travis to stop the blade with his bare hand. Shocked by his own actions, Barris does nothing as Travis beats him to a pulp. Only then does the researcher's red light come on and the door open, signaling the end of the experiment. The group emerges into the bright sunlight and sits on the grass in silence until a bus arrives. They are later shown on the bus, being driven home, already changed into clean clothing, and paid for their participation in the experiment. Audio news snippets suggest that Archuleta is being tried for manslaughter in Benji's death. Travis meets his girlfriend in India, which was his goal to enter the experiment. The movie ends with a news break, confirming Benji's tragic death. Thanks for watching the recap. Stay tuned for more interesting videos. Bye.